This week we had to get to the 85 players. We cut down the roster to 85. Lonnie Johnson was kind of the biggest surprise of the cuts that we had. He was a guy that we traded from the Houston Texans, DB, right after the draft. He was going to play a little bit of cornerback, a little bit of safety. He's from Kentucky, went to the UK. And Coach Reid said the reason why they cut him in this first round was that they wanted him to land somewhere sooner. So it's good on them. But he also, in the same breath, said there's a lot of talent in that DB room from the young guys. And so just some comments on that. What did you make of the Lonnie Johnson release? Then also Andy Reid's comments about the young guys that we've kind of talked about throughout this offseason.
It makes sense. I believe every bit of that. I really do. Lonnie Johnson was it was a crowded room. And so he's like, hey, let this guy go on and get somewhere else. And somebody, of course, is going to pick him up. And so did somebody pick Lonnie? Somebody picked Lonnie up, didn't they?
Yeah. Tennessee did. So he's
Tennessee,
he's going back to that division.
Right. So, hey, that's how these things work. But there's a lot of young talent in that room. A lot of young talent. A lot of guys that out there that are hungry, that can play, that are ball hogs. And so it was good to see, man. I mean, when I started looking, I'm like, Dad, God, how many DBs do we got? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we just got, what's the name it? Back, Fitton.
And
Yeah. So, when we knew he was coming back, Spaghetti-O, wanted to let somebody go. So, yeah, man, I think, with McDuffie, you're talking about also too, Snead, Brown, Watson, you got some good safeties out there. There's some guys out there that's going to be able to play some ball, man. It's going to be able to compete. Yeah. And I think that's what it is. It's good to have these young guys that are hungry, to do that. And so, like I said, that's another good problem to have. It's another good problem to have. And so it's going to be tough, but there's a lot of young guys. There's a lot of young guys. There's a lot of young guys that deservingly so will get a chance, an opportunity to show what they can do. So,
and even one of the other last round picks of the draft, when Nazeeh Johnson from Marshall, I think our last pick of the draft, he's come in. He's played with the ones during training camp. He's looked good. We have so many guys who have just these young guys. It's really cool because we've talked about having slow secondary, and it looks like we're having a fast, really young secondary.
Fast, young secondary, and really, it's all about being in the right position.
Yeah.
How to play on guys over top. And the thing is, what I like about the room is because they demand a lot of that, the man putting your hands on guys being physical. And these guys that we got in the room they're not scared of that at all. Yeah. Right. So that to me, it's gonna be interesting to watch because these first few weeks, man, I'll keep going back to it. It's gonna be something. It's going to be something. And so, you're looking at the guys, the young guys, are they going to sink or they're going to swim? What are you going to do? So, I think they'll be up to the task. Yeah. I think they do. I think Trent McDuffie is still working into his own. He's still getting there. He's still getting there. Sometimes for corners, the only way that you're going to have a guy and learn what he can do, you got to throw him in there.
Yeah.
You have to. There's no other way about it. Trying to get mental reps for a corner, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. The only way you're going to be able to play is see the speed, feel the guy, understand the coverage, understand the spacing to really be good, to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, if you're not doing it, man, that's a tough road. That's a tough road to be, especially not getting the reps. And so, no, it's good because they're going to get some good competition on the other side with the wide receiver room.
Yeah.
So it's going to make them better. That's a good thing about it because those guys, they're helping them in their growth. Yeah. They're helping them in, kind of what they're going to see on Sunday. So, it's good. It's good.
Right out the gate, we play Arizona in that high-powered offense. That's a big test right away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, woo. D-Hop coming in, that joker.
D-Hop's he's suspended for the first 6 games because of
oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Still high-powered offense, but not as lethal.
Yeah, not as lethal without D-Hop, but they still got guys out there. They still got guys. Mm-hmm. Who's the one the fast guy? Because they let Kirk's not there anymore. Who's the other dude that was kind of backing him up?
Because Kirk's gone.
Dang on it.
They brought back AJ. Oh no, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown. Yeah.
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Rondale Moore too.
Rondale Moore. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Moore he's a solid receiver, man. Fast, quick, got some ability. Get him out of space.
Yes, and AJ Green too. I mean, they brought in Zach Ertz still over there as their tight end.
Hurts is yeah. Hurts is still their tight end. Yeah. So
that's still that's a solid offense. I mean, even with that hockey, that's
and shoot in the running backs. Shoot, they got some boulders back there.
Yeah. So, James Conner.
Yeah. He won me the fantasy last year. Good, close to it, man. That joke was woo.
He tore it up last year.
He did.
So much so that Chase Edmonds ran Chase Edmonds out of town back to Miami. So kind of to Connor's backfield now.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Yeah, to see the young guys kind of like sink or swim right out the gate. So take their they could take their lumps early, but so what? It's gonna be interesting to see them kind of mature throughout the season, regardless. And that goes for the whole defense because the whole defense is pretty young. So seeing them mature throughout the year, as long as you see progress, I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah, well, okay, and I'll talk about this because the whole scope of the game in itself, defensively, man, they look good. The Chiefs look good.
They did,
right? And I know linebacker core is solid. The Jokers are solid, man. They look solid. My man Kalafkas, man, I try to say the Greek Freak needed him here. I'm trying to tell you, hey, Dunstradamus. Look, this is a guy that I'm saying. He was coming. It's a guy that we needed. We need a guy with that high motor who's going to come, leaned up, was out there, man. He's getting at the guys. I love it. I love it so much. And so, kind of watching some of the other guys, watch the safeties, how the safeties were doing. Reid was going down making some tackles.
Yep.
Some other guys. I wanted some other guys to kind of show up a little bit. But
Willie Gay had that nice tackle where he filled that lane when the running back was trying to make that cutback.
Oh yeah. Willie him and Bolton, man, is gonna be,
very
real
fun.
deal. Yeah, Chanel, you did a great job. Defense looked good. Chris Jones looked solid like always.
Yeah.
Frank didn't really get a sniff. He was trying to, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come. So I think, man, I'm excited for this defense, man. Yeah. Defense, they look good. They did. They look good. The first team really looked good. And so if they made a couple of
Dunlap looked huge next to some of the guys out there. He's enormous.
Yeah. He just it looks like he's just a long joker with long arms and long legs or something.
Mm-hmm. So someone online was saying the single digit jersey number guys that makes them look bigger because the
huge. that too. Yeah, what is he wearing? Number 8?
Number 8, yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. So yeah, I was kind of looking for him to kind of show a little bit, but he's a guy that, in the season you'll start seeing him as the time, kind of goes.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of looks. We're talking about the big house that came in the door for us.
Whew, huge. 345 or something like that?
Yes, sir. And they're gonna feel every bit of that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy he's here. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's a wide, big joker. And he gonna take 2. He gonna take 2, man. He gonna be he's gonna be housing that offensive line, man. I'm telling you. Just watching him in one-on-ones when he's going against Trey.
Yeah. Well, they were saying that when they were doing team, he was like taking on like 3 blockers at certain points.
He's a wild body, man. That's a wild body right there. I love it. But that's gonna free up everybody else to make plays.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the guy that you needed. You need a guy like that.
And with Saunders and Wharton and Noddy, hopefully they keep all those guys on. You can spell him because his whole thing is being healthy. He's never really been, he's been injured. He's hit the injury bug quite a few times in his career. So if he can stay healthy and, play a few snaps here and there, he can definitely be, utilized and kind of sustained all throughout the season, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like you said, a couple of snaps here and there, man. And part of it is just their rotation, right? It is.
Yeah,
that's what you need. You need that on the defensive line is a great rotation of guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
345 trotting out through all game, man. That ain't sustainable.
Nah.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.